And take it away, Jules.
Well, hey, everyone. Thanks so much for being here with us. I'm so happy you're joining us for this first 30 minutes here talking about LifeWave. My name is Jules. I'm a presidential director with this company. I love this company. I love these patches. I love the Cellergize, Energize. You know, it's all brilliant. And we're just about to go to convention conference, which is going to be even more exciting. And I just saw that it's going to be virtually shared. So that's very cool. I'm really excited about that. So those of you who can't make it will be able to be with us in that way. So just for those of you who are the guests, please put your name in the chat if you're a guest and who invited you. And just to let you know, we'll do this for 30 minutes. We'll go into the science and tech of what we've got here with this amazing photo biomodulation. And then we'll hear a few stories. And then we'll have time for you to ask questions. So we love to have you ask your questions. So don't be shy, put them in the chat, or you can put your hand up and we'll respond to you that way too. After the 30 minutes, we'll be complete on that part. And then we will stay on for another 30 minutes to talk about the business side of LifeWave and how we share this with the world and anything salient that's going on. And often we're studying books as well. So we may go into that as well. With that, I'm going to introduce you to my wonderful sponsor, Dr. Staci Holweger. Dr. Staci is amazing. She is at the very top of this company as a Senior Presidential Director Elite. She has 2 PhDs in integrative medicine and functional medicine. And she is just a mine of knowledge and has a heart of gold. I love her dearly. And she is of an incredible support to all of us. So you will be blessed to hear from her now. Thank you so much, Dr. Staci, for taking your time with us today. I know you have a crazy busy lifestyle, and we're happy you're with us.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad to be here. Welcome to all of our guests, and good to see all of you brand partners, your beautiful, amazing, handsome faces from all over the globe. So exciting. We're literally from West Coast all the way over into Europe, far into Eastern Europe. So exciting. We're patching the planet. All right, so I'm going to share a little bit with you about this patch and how it works and how it can help you. And then, like Jules said, probably the most important thing is you're going to get to hear from some real people that are on here to share their real personal experience. I know when I found out about this technology, of course, I wanted to know how it worked, but really it was the testimonials for me that just sealed the deal. It was like, wow, this many people and this many different types of things going on in their lives, and this little patch helped every single one of them in so many ways. I've got to tell the world. And so I've been doing that now for the last 4.5 years with my beautiful partner here, Laura Balzer, Senior Presidential Director, and for the last 2 years with my beautiful partner here, Jules Tara, Presidential Director, as she said. So we are working together. I've got Tony, who is a fantastic partner here representing our Bulgarian market that is here local in Florida. We've been friends for, 11 years now. We've known each other. So we are working together, and we're working really hard to help as many people as possible. So if you're one of those people that care about people, and if you hear some things today you like, then you might want to consider getting your patches for free. Like we all are, and being able to help bless people in the process. So this is what our patch looks like. Our patch is non-transdermal, which means when I put this on my body, there's no medicine or chemical or herb or nutrient entering into my skin. We know our skin's our largest organ. So nothing's entering the skin except a wavelength of light. This is a wearable light technology. You heard Jules say the word photo biomodulation. It was so funny when we were in London. Jill, do you remember Javi up there going, it took me years to learn how to say that word. He had no idea even how to say photo biomodulation. But photo means light, bio's the body, modulation means change. When you go outside in the sun, we know that wavelengths of light from the sun enter our body. We don't see or feel them, but they create a change, right? They elevate vitamin D. Same thing with any type of light therapy device that we're using, whether it's an infrared sauna, a red light therapy pad, or a mask, or maybe even a laser. Light creates change in the body. The beautiful thing about this technology is I don't need the sun, I don't need the sauna, I don't need a laser, I don't need a red light therapy device. I'm the power source. If you guys put your hands on your chest, you're about 100 degrees. 98.6. That heat is what activates this patch. So a wavelength of light enters my body. I don't see or feel this when I put this on in the morning when I get up. How many of you brush your teeth in the morning? Like, you should all raise your hand. Just stop and raise your hand, please. I mean, we don't smell each other right now, but we're hoping we all brush your teeth. And many of you, it's nighttime, so you're going to be brushing your teeth before you go to bed. That's how this patch works. You get up in the morning, put your patch on when you brush your teeth, leave it on 12 hours, take it off when you brush your teeth at night before you go to bed. So how is it working? That light that enters my body is elevating a peptide. The peptide is called GHKCU. I know it's not A, B, C, D, E. It's GHKCU. That peptide is the superhero of peptides. It is the peptide that is responsible for what we call the fountain of youth. So it reverses age, it repairs, it regenerates, and it resets genes, which activate our stem cells. Stem cells are the holy grail of healing. They have the ability, your stem cells have the ability to repair anything in your body. That's what stem cells do. They're the smart cells that go to work to find what's damaged and fix it. The problem is, not for any of you guys, of course, because you're not old, but the problem is, as we age, we get older, our GHK, copper peptide, is not as active in our body. It declines to less than 20% even active in the blood. Our stem cells do the same thing. By the time we're in our 60s, we have less than 10% of our own stem cells that are active. So that means body's ability to heal itself, not on point. So as we age, that declines, right? That's called the degeneration process. Kind of just take it as it is what it is. But that's not the case. David Schmidt's the inventor of this technology, the owner of LifeWave, the company, for the past 21 years. He holds over 200 patents. So know that his technology is a patented form of phototherapy, proven 100% to elevate GHK in the blood and activate stem cells, resetting genes, meaning that helping the body, your body, to repair itself. Now, this does not happen overnight, right? This is not a quick fix. This is not a gimmick. This is not something that you just, 30 years of problems and chronic pain and inflammation and kidney failure and stage 1 this and stage 4 this, and it's gone in 30 seconds. No, right? It took a while for those peptides to decline. It took a while for your stem cells to become dormant. It takes a while to wake them up. So we recommend you put this on every day, wear it for 12 hours, and we do that based on our age. At least 1 month for every decade you are old. And that is your starting point. So again, going back to 30 years of problems, you should really look at 30 months of patching, a month for every year you've been dealing with your issues. But we will tell you that during the time, say it's 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, that you're patching before all your stem cells are woke up, you'll notice changes. And you're going to hear some of these today from the people that are on here, the things that they noticed pretty soon, maybe early on. Sometimes people notice things even in the first couple days or weeks. Based on our clinical studies, which we have over 90 of those, people report better sleep, more energy, physical, mental energy, faster healing if their body does have an accident or an injury, a wound. And of course, we see less pain in people as well too. But change happens over time. And some of the people that are on here will share with you how they've come down or off medications over months and even maybe years of using the technology. And how some people like Laura and myself, and I know Jules feels this way, but Laura and myself are half our chronological age. Biologically, we are half. Laura's less than half, actually. She's rocking it over there. We're both hanging out in our 20s, even though we're in our 50s and 60s. And so what does that mean for longevity? Like, I'm here for the long haul, to do everything I can, the tools in my toolbox, to help myself and to help other people live a long, healthy, good quality of life. You never know what's going to happen, right? And we've had some very tragic things happen here recently with people in the blink of an eye. And so it's valuing your health, valuing what you're doing, what you're putting in your body every single day, and making sure that we're doing the best that we can for ourselves and for other people that we care about. So with that, Jules, I would love to turn it over to you and have you have some people that want to share their personal experience, and I'll go ahead and do the unmuting really quickly here so everybody has the ability to do that. Got to get you unmuted real quick. There you go.
Okay, super. Thank you so much. Hey, you know, I'd love to hear from you, Fintan. What has happened for you? Will you share?
Let's get him to unmute real quick. Try that now, Fintan.
Yeah, of course, no problem. I'm happy to share. It's funny because I was just putting in the comment there that my Garmin watch is telling me that I'm 44 years old, and this tells me I'm 32. It's less than 10 years. This is in like less than 6 months of patching properly.
Wow.
It's reset so many things for me. I had physical health where my colon kept bleeding and stuff. I was rushed into hospital 3 different times. Ignored that on the 3rd time, was shipped back to the UK. Basically, without these, I wouldn't be here. That's what they've done. Skin, mental fog, years of addiction. It's powerful stuff, you know. Do I know what cells that X39 is going to go to town on? I don't. You don't. I don't know how much my fingernail grow today on my hair, but they've grown. Understand? With the small amount of people I've helped with patches, currently the pattern I'm observing, because I was also an engineer for 25 plus years in the petrochem industry, okay? The pattern that I'm observing is that when people are sick loved ones and stuff, these go to town instantly. Understand? These go to work instantly, okay? It's just a beautiful story all around, you know? I watch all the testimonials and stuff and support people with their journey. I get upset because of the amount of suffering that's going on, you know? And I read something there earlier about pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Thank God for LifeWave patches. That's just that. And this was just out of the blue, put on me, guys. I'm real. It's true. My partner, my dog, you know. So my partner is a beauty. She owns a beauty salon where she does hair. She's a hairdresser, okay. Now where she had to come home from work exhausted, she comes home from work and does the garden. You understand? She doesn't come home exhausted. She comes home speaking of how she taught this woman with a positive mindset that day, you know, because if she's got that clarity in life, you know.
Yeah.
And the most powerful thing of this is the age reversal of it. I mean, when we reset the cells with the wisdom and the experience of life we have, it's miraculous, you know. And like I'm spiritual too. I'm sitting here with a clear quartz. This is known as the master healer, you know. But that's the spirit side. The science side of this, it's true, guys. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? And the problem is that we have a program where here in the UK, we believed since birth in a system called the NHS, you know. Okay, the National Health Service, and we believed in that, you know. And when they take us out of our mothers and that, and then they give us vaccinations and all these other things, okay, and then life on life's terms and sickness happens, and we believe in these people, and then they go to us, and they can only use the certain tools in their toolbox that they're allowed to. You understand? And these tools have a knock-on effect. I had 25 years of antidepressants and everything. I don't take nothing.
Yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
awesome.
Thank you, Fintan. That's so
Thank you.
powerful to hear. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just talked to a friend who has the same issue that you had, so I might be connecting you guys up at
No
some
problem.
good with that. Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Thank you. I'd love to go over to Tony. Tony, if you feel confident with your English, and I'm not sure how.
No, she's perfect. She's
Good?
been here in Florida
Okay.
for 25 years.
All right, jolly good. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to put you on the spot if you were uncomfortable, but jolly good. Would you?
Hi everyone. Thank you very much. I start patching maybe it's gonna be a year in October, and the first time I have all this issue with lower back pain. I cannot go to bed and sleep without the pill. I have to take something. It's, I don't know, it's not medication, it's something. If somebody say, okay, that's going to help you, okay, I will try. But I have a lot of problems to go to bed, sleep, and have a deep sleep. So that's the other issue. I have a very big inflammation in my left leg. What else? I have 3 kids, and maybe that's damaged my body. You know, I have a physical therapist. I have going to the doctor. I take care of myself. I like healthy living, but in the end of it is just nothing changed. So when I meet the patches, when I meet LifeWave, when I meet Dr. Staci, actually, I regret that I see people in her house patching, and I didn't ask back then 4 years ago, what is this? Why are you patching? So anyway, I start patching, and after 2.5 months, maybe 2 months, I'm just realizing right now that at 2 months, I start sleep very well. I wake up very restless. I have my brain start working. I say to my mom, you know, Mom, I'm very smart because the fog is gone, brain fog is gone. I'm very focusing, very concentrating, and I have a lot of energy. Because usually before the patching, by 2 o'clock afternoon, I was ready to go back home, whatever I'm doing, and take a rest and lay down. I don't have any energy. So feeling right now, wake up in the morning, start doing stuff in LifeWave right now is my life. Because the way I feel, the way I try to help others around me to feel, the passion I have, this actually turned as a cause for me. So I want to help everybody who is have some issue, even that the people who doesn't have an issue. Many people say, I don't have any issue, I'm healthy. No, you're not healthy. You don't know what's going on inside your body, and it's not today, but maybe tomorrow, you know, someday you're gonna feel it. So start now. It's an amazing product. I'm always being careful what I'm gonna use, what I'm gonna put in my body, chemicals or stuff. So this is amazing product. It's helped me so much, and it's not only me. I patch my mom, I patch my husband, I patch my 3 kids, 23, 20 years old, 15 years old. I patch my relatives, friends. I mean, people around me who actually try the patches. They feel amazing. So it's not only me. You know, it's and all the testimonials I follow up people, and all the things I see in teams and Dr. Stacy's teams, and I mean, this is amazing. So
Thank you.
Really helped me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's great to hear your story. Absolutely love it. And you know, it's always about timing, right? The right time. Thank you so much. And I'm just going to ask one more person quickly, if you could share, so we have time for questions. But I would love to ask Colette Malone, would you share what's been happening for you? You have to unmute. There you go. Jolly good.
Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. I'm Colette. I'm from Ireland. Yes, I've had lots of, I call them little issues. I've had a little stint put in. Wasn't able to walk up the stairs. I'm patching, maybe 14 months now. I've noticed I got my hair cut 2 weeks ago, and look, it needs to be trimmed again. My nails are growing like crazy. I'm feeling wonderful. I'm able to run up and down the stairs. I patch X39 to rejuvenate my stem cells, X49 for my bone health and my heart health, and the Eon to help inflammation that I don't even know exists. So I have just, I suppose, aging process. I'm 73 years young, and I feel like I was 45. Like that previous speaker girl said, she wakes up in the middle of the night. I can wake up in the middle of the night and start reading, and I'm not tired. I can go back to sleep for another few hours, and I wake up as fresh as a daisy in the morning. So yeah, these patches, they're wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, David Schmidt.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We're so grateful to David. Thank you, thank you. All right. Well, we have some time for questions and answers, so don't be shy. Just put them in the chat or put your hand up. And Dr. Staci and Laura's here with us, who's also absolutely brilliant. Laura, hello, hello. And she can also answer great questions. So yeah, let's go. Who's got a question?
Yep, feel free to unmute yourself or type it in the chat.
With a name like Finton, I'm not surprised you're Irish. I love that. Yes. Nobody has a question? This is your chance. This is your chance to hear from the masters here. You just need to unmute if you want to put your hand up. Nobody's so quiet.
Scar tissue in the lungs. Anita's asking in the chat about scar tissue in the lungs. So, of course, we don't have any studies on scar tissue in the lungs, so I will tell you that. But when we look at scars, just in general, inside and outside of the body, we look at Alavida. That's the patch. And of course, X39, because stem cells can do anything. But when we look at the Alavida, that's where we can see the internal, because Alavida is one that if you think of it as a skin patch, like the outside, and I don't know if you ever listen to Dr. Harmon talk, but he talks about your skin. It goes really literally right inside of your lips and then down through your entire esophagus and your intestines and your whole entire side of your body, right? Like, think about that. The inside of us is really skin as well, too. So we have the different layers. If you've ever cut yourself deep, you know there's many layers to the skin. It's not just an outside thing. So Alavida does impact the inside as well, too, when we look at scar tissue. So I would go there with the X39. Can you reverse arthritis? So we can't say that we can reverse any disease or any condition or any symptom. We don't know 100% that we would not make those claims, right? Just like saying we're going to cure diabetes. Can we cure it? Some people say that they no longer have diabetes. You hear Dan's story last week. He talked about, not needing insulin on one of his shots for months now. But we would not say that we've cured his or reversed his diabetes. Do we have people that have had improvements from arthritis using the patches? Absolutely, 100%. My husband had arthritis throughout his whole entire body, from breaking everything but his right leg dirt bike riding his whole life. So he had tons and tons of arthritis. So he was always in pain constantly, not willing to take medicines or anything like that. And he doesn't have that anymore. Every once in a while, he'll need an ice wave when he golfs for his ankle, which was the worst of his injuries because it's fused. But we have lots of people that use the X39, the Eon, the glutathione, because glutathione's liquid gold that coats your joints. And we have lots of success with people with pain from arthritis. Why is it important to use YH with X49 and X39, or X39 and X49? So here's the thing. David has invented 10 different patches over the last 23 years. Each patch was invented individually in and of itself, and each patch does something completely different. They work independently of themselves, and they do work synergistically as well, too. No patch is required for one other patch to work, okay? Why do people use X39-49 combo? Why would they use the combination of the 3 YH patches as well? So 39-49 combo, without going into it just for time purposes, that is a combo that we work with our stem cells. 39 is systemic. 49 is more centralized to the heart, the brain, the muscles, the bones. So very different patches, but they work synergistically incredibly. They work independently of themselves as well, too. But you put them together and it's like, woo, fireworks go off. Why do people add the YH patches? The word YH, those two, really the Y is a Y on the package, so it's not even really the word, WHY. But so like YH, carnosine. David invented Eon, carnosine, and glutathione to elevate different peptides in the body that deal with the aging process, whether it be like carnosine balances the glycation process in your pancreas, and every time your blood sugar spikes, you age. Eon reduces inflammation in the body, and of course, we know inflammation, you're aging. You can tell someone that's inflamed, they look old compared to someone that doesn't have inflammation in their body. Okay, glutathione, master antioxidant, oldest people on the planet, the blue zones have the highest level of glutathione, which there's one out in California. We know there are 2 over there in Europe, in Costa Rica, Central America, and then out there in Okinawa, Japan. Those people are the oldest ones on the planet. Their glutathione's through the roof. Obviously, they're not using the patch, but they have the right lifestyle practices that has kept their body doing the things that it should be doing. And unfortunately, we don't get that over here in the, the Western world as much. So glutathione, carnosine, eon, X39, X49, they can all be used every single day. We use them daily because they work differently, but they also work synergistically. So they don't have to be used daily, but they do work really well when you're looking at the aging process or not. And then real quickly, Jill says, is there any feedback on epilepsy with the patches? So we don't have studies, right? But we do have studies on the brain. So there's testimonials with people that have seizures. You can find those in the Telegram channel, the Team Evolve testimonials channel. You can go in there and type in seizures or epilepsy, see what you can find. But we do see improvements with the brain. We see improvements with the brain when you patch with X39, with X49, with carnosine, with eon, with glutathione. We can see lots of neurological improvements with those patches. Any recommendations prior and post-op? So definitely, as I've mentioned before in the past with surgeons, the X39 is a requirement for some of my surgeons, at least a month before. I know Laura started patching just a few weeks before she had her hip surgery. And then of course after, right, you're gonna see on those patches. But if you're on the patches right now and you have to have a surgery, then you're excited because you're gonna watch your body heal a lot faster than most people. And that's very common when you look at surgeries using the X39, eon, carnosine helps with tissue repair. So those are fantastic post-op patches. Jules?
Super quick question. I have a friend who just started patching, getting wonderful results. He's 77 now. He's starting to learn about peptides and everything. And he asked me this question: what would happen if you were injecting peptides? Since a lot of people do that, could you overdo it with the peptides and the patches? And it was so interesting. And I said, I don't know how to answer that. So can you help me with that?
Real quick, peptide 101, right? The peptides we elevate in our body are our own peptides. A peptide that you inject into your body is not your peptide. Okay, so that's just so you understand that. Very different. Not that peptides injected are not effective, but there are so many, right? We have thousands and thousands of peptides in our body. And there are so many different types of peptides. So it really depends on what peptide he's referring to. You can inject GHKCU copper peptide. That is how Dr. Lauren McCart, for 53 years, did all of his work in healing people, was injecting GHK. We obviously do not inject, we elevate our own. You would not want to be injecting GHK at the same time you elevate your own GHK. It would really be not needed. Not that it would be harmful per se, but it's not needed to do that. So you would just ask him what peptides is he injecting. Is he injecting glutathione on a daily basis? Then you wouldn't need to do that anymore if you're using a patch. It's going to be much more effective because of the fact that our patch keeps your glutathione level elevated for a 24-hour period over 300%. So I would just ask what peptides.
Yeah.
So it's very different.
He's not injecting anything. He's just learning, and he was curious about that question. He's just patching, and he's loving what he's seeing. So it's all good.
Yeah, a lot of people will use like epitalon, which is the synthetic form of epithalamin. With our Alavita elevates epithalamin. Why would we not elevate our own? Why would we want to inject a synthetic form? So if all best case scenario would be to not inject, right? Stem cell therapy, Deb, your guy messaged me, I can't remember his name right now. He messaged me about that yesterday. So with stem cell therapy, that's you going somewhere, maybe getting your own blood pulled out, spun, put back in, right? PRP, PRF. Maybe you're going into Panama or Mexico, Costa Rica, getting donor cells. I have no idea. Either way, you're injecting stem cells into your body. Our patches don't have any interaction with you doing that. It's not going to harm you, whether it's yours or your, or whether you're getting donor cells. they're not going to interact. It can't be something that there's a contraindication to. So you can do stem cell therapy at the same time you're patching. Perfectly fine. So great questions, you guys. Well, thank you all for being here today. For those of you that are guests, please get back with the person that invited you. We appreciate you taking your time. They're going to help answer any other questions that you have, give you some resources, materials to take a look over the information that was shared, again, in written form, just so you can see that. And then, of course, help you decide on which patches work best for you and your family. And they'll be able to talk to you about our wholesale pricing. So you are free to go. You are also welcome to stay. We are going to stop recording.